Oh, eating people's a bad thing?
We're not even in the Patreon section yet.
I like weird shit.
I'm up here and you're down there.
I know you're hiding up there! Come down and face me!
Who knows who you are?
How many pages start today? I just found a random notebook.
A very obvious high five as opposed to other similar pose.
I'm gonna save the world.
He wants the lobes.
That's the important part of life.
I'll get you tomorrow.
Welcome to... Wait, what show is this again?
Senpai cast. Yeah.
Okay. And what do we do?
I mean, we usually ask this man questions and then judge him.
Weird premise, but let's run with it. Today the theme is something, and I'm sure we'll all have a great time, or maybe we won't. I'm Lou, I think?
I'm Hydroxate. Yeah.
And I am Merastius?
You know what? It doesn't matter. I'm sure it'll all sort itself out in time. Anyway, I don't know who you are, but I have questions, and boy, am I ready to just throw them at you because I'm up here and you're down there. And your first question is, you're tasked with writing a filler arc where a main character from any shonen series wakes up in the body of their most hated enemy, and vice versa. Which character swap would create the most chaotic storyline?
Is it bad that I don't even get introduced in my own show?
Who knows who you are? Like, we just dragged you off the street probably, I imagine.
Clearly. Sorry. I can do this. I can do this.
I believe in you, random citizen.
Jesus Christ. I'm going to go with My Hero Academia. And I'm going to swap the bodies of Bakugo and Deku. So I swap the minds of Bakugo and Deku. And basically, Deku is struggling to ever use his powers because he's so nice and wimpy and things like that, and doesn't ever want to hurt anyone, but like all his power is to cause pain to others because explosions. And Bakugo kind of relishes in the fact that he has one for all and is just like, I'm going to be a better All Might than All Might, and actually does. And like the series is over in like one season.
Hey, stranger.
Yo.
If you were an anime protagonist with amnesia, what ridiculous clues to your past would you want to find?
I think like my nerd collection behind me would be a big giveaway of I like weird shit. Oh my god, I've just had this thing that's jumped into my head. Could you imagine that this is the result of a mysterious artifact from an otherworldly artifact called the Forget Note? All right. And every single time you write something down, you forget it. And it just defies the body.
So it doesn't make other people forget things, it makes you forget things.
No. It would make other people forget things, except for all you're writing down is stuff about you. Is it because you think initially it's just this ordinary notebook, and you start like, you pick it up, and you're going through it, and like, how many pages start today? I just found a random notebook. I'm going to keep this as a diary. It is both the best and worst tool for helping you remember who you are. As long as you read it and don't use it, you're fine. But let's face it, that's never gonna happen.
Okay, so imagine that you're the new member of the Iwatobi Swim Club, but you've forgotten how to swim. How long do you think it will be until they notice you're drowning?
I'm not actually watch free. Actually, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the one scene that I've never watched Golden Boy, and I'm really tempted to, but the dub is just oof. But there's one scene where the main protagonist is pretending to be like this Olympic class swimmer, and he is basically drowning the entirety of the thing. And then like when he gets to the end, he looks back all cool and sort of all Chad pose, and he's just like, yeah, I'm amazing. Yeah, I just like, I feel like that's the situation that's going to happen. I would like to think that athletic swimmers would recognize that I'm drowning very, very quickly. What they'll probably do is just put me in a cage and throw me out into a lake to have me purify the lake.
Okay. Halfway through FMA, Edward stops being able to do his self high five style of alchemy. How quickly do things go straight to hell for the Elric brothers?
I'm going to say pretty quickly. Mostly because he's really reliant on Al to you know, so like there's no more self high fives, but it's just regular high fives, the cooler of the high fives. But the problem is that, you know, Ed's automail arm, if it doesn't receive a high five, it just gets locked in place. And considering how often Al gets entirely fucked up, it's like, you know, Al can't actually do a high five because he's like basically just a torso with no limbs, and Ed's stuck in the high five pose. So he's oh no, don't make it political. Don't make it political. Don't make it political. He's
oh god,
stuck,
yeah, no, yeah. Like, we don't.
He's stuck in a high five pose. And it's you know, I mean, there's obvious connotations.
A very obvious high five as opposed to other similar pose, let's say.
Yes. There's very obvious connotations with shit. What's the name of the continent, the country?
Oh, I don't remember.
I can't remember either. But anyway, so yeah, it's like, oh, this. Yep, they're fucked. They're fucked entirely. Yeah.
Wow, amnesia and trauma often go hand in hand in a lot of storylines. Which tragic anime character with amnesia do you find the most compelling, and why?
So, I don't know if this counts or not. This is quite difficult to answer. I think the answer is Amelia from ReZero, because she can't remember her past at all, and characters that would really surprise you end up ultimately being like a huge part of her backstory is really fundamentally important. And I'm just like, I was reminded of it earlier today. Thank fuck I watched ReZero today. I was reminded of it today, and she's still a strong, compelling character. I think the big thing is with most good amnesiac characters, you can't tell they have any degree of amnesia, whereas bad ones are like, how did you know I have amnesia? Yes.
You know, when some people lose what they're known for, they can no longer do it. They have a bit of an identity crisis. So what would the Goblin Slayer do if there was no more goblins?
I'm just envisioning Goblin Slayer shouting at the moon. I know you're hiding up there! Come down and face me! Stop mocking me!
Moon Slayer.
No, because like the theory, like the legend goes that goblins come from the green moon in their world. It's just like, yeah, we're gonna fight you. And just, yeah, like a rabid dog just screaming at the moon at night.
Sunrise, I'll get you tomorrow. The uncle and the farm girl, they're just like, oh, he's fucking at it again tonight. Hey, rat. But their only respite is when it's a new moon, you know, so it's just like, oh, I know you're hiding from me. Oh, I'm gonna fucking get you. Oh, I'll fucking get you. Like, nothing's going my way. Goblin Mercury must be in retrograde.
Oh, fucking brilliant. Hello, members of the jury. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and especially to the supporters. Of course, this is the segment where, whoa, please don't skip. Please just a minute of your time. I would like to direct your attention to Exhibit A. Now, one may wonder, what does the graph tell us? Well, in fact, it tells us the amount of capital needed for the production of 1 month's worth of Notice Me Senpai. Now, ideally, as a senpai, such as myself, one needs to spend this entire graph's worth of dollars to create a month's worth of episodes. This graph is segmented to reveal where the funds come from and where it goes. The blue and red bits are a combination of supporter funds as well as my own back pocket in order to pay for the video editor. The yellow bit, that's the funds needed to pay for actors to come in, do a merry jig, and then ultimately the show is animated. The issue is that the yellow bit costs more than the blue and red bits combined. I can't afford to absorb the yellow bit too, so I'm reaching out to you, the viewers. If you like the direction the show's improvements are going so far, and you want to see them get even better, please consider joining the Patreon, link in the description. I know it seems like a lot of money, but even $1 a month helps to get closer to that goal. So does sharing the video with friends or even on social media, where other people might say, hey, I like seeing all this crazy movement and silly anime jokes. I'd pay for that. That's it. That's the pitch. I won't take up any more of your time, and I just hope you enjoy the rest of the episode.
Okay, so-called Xeno. Which anime villain would be most likely to become a hero and completely outshine the actual protagonist if they were to just go to therapy?
God, there are so many answers to this. I'm struggling to pick one. So I'm gonna list off some. Right, so first off, I already mentioned Demon Slayer earlier, so I'm gonna mention it again with Moomin. Right, if Moomin had therapy, it's eating people's a bad thing? I guess I won't do it. But no, he's just gotta be a dick.
Right, and it's like Thanatos trauma kind of thing of like fear of death is what drives a lot of what he does, right?
Yep. In fact, the same goes for a certain magical Dio, right? He becomes a vampire because he's worried about dying and shit like that. And thus also, if he just had therapy, he wouldn't just have some weird hatred for the Joestar family. Weird hatred. And I'm gonna pick another one. Oh dear God, yeah. No, the mad mage from Delicious in Dungeon. I just feel that if that guy had therapy, none of their bad shit would happen.
Yeah, the therapist is like, we don't use that word here. You're just a mage.
100%.
What's up, my guy? What's with all these tragic, sad violin anime amnesiacs? Where's the guy who just forgot his past and finds out he really, really loves lasagna and redhead demon waifus? Here's an idea. Pick one tragic amnesiac and rewrite their backstory to be really boring.
Oddly enough, what you have described, I'm pretty sure, is called Princess Connect Redive. It's basically guy. I don't know if he gets isekai'd or reincarnated. Is basically he wakes up. He is the chosen hero, but he remembers absolutely nothing. And the way that they adventure is literally by just making food and having their own guild house or clan house or adventurer party housing, and they do nothing at all. So yeah. However, you said take a tragic character and then just made their backstory boring.
Yes, please.
Oh God. I'm actually gonna go with Chi from Chobits, right? And I'm just gonna simply say that with Chi, it's just a case of so many sleepless nights. Wakeless nights? Jesus Christ. Sleepless nights where the developer was just sat there, just for fuck's sake, why won't you turn on? Just trying to get the software to actually do anything. 100% Chobits. Chi from Chobits. And it's just, yeah, mundane, boring bullshit of a developer.
Isn't it already mundane? Okay,
I knew you were going to come up with that as well. I was like, oh, Naz is going to kick off about Chomits. I know he is.
My turn. Xeno, and you love this anime, but if Komi was a boy, do you think it'd be cute that they couldn't really talk, or do you think he'd end up being a...
Whoa! Holy shit, that went dark.
We're not even in the Patreon section yet.
That's a please, for the love of God, censor that. YouTube will have a stroke.
Yeah.
Oh crap! What was the question before that broke my brain?
I said, if Komi was a boy, do you think it'd be cute that he couldn't really talk, or do you think he'd end up being a...
No, 100% cute, right? 100%. Like step one, where would he get a gun in Japan? Right? Step two, everyone's still gonna fawn over him. Like, look at Komi's brother, right? The one time he turns up at the school, or the first time he turns up at the school, I don't know how many times, like he's treated like literal royalty. They get a throne out for him and everything. They put him on 100%, still hella cute.
So, Dio, after going to therapy, obviously, gives a character from Evangelion some lessons on confidence and JoJo posing. Which character would you most like to see this happen to, and what's their new favorite pose and catchphrase?
Oh, I know what the pose is automatically. I'm torn. I'm going to say Rei. I want Rei to have the confidence to JoJo pose and dominate, and she will forever be the pilot of Ava Unit 1 and just, she'll rock it. And her posing will 100% be Captain Ginyu from the Ginyu Force.
Can make the robot pose like that as well, yeah.
Yes, that too. Like, and I just want Rei to have that bravado and just like the charisma just to own the conversation and like, fuck you, Gendo! I'm gonna save the world! And the angel that's like two angels that are in synchronous, and Oscar and Rei's just gonna do it solo. 100% solo.
Alright. What is your favorite anime protagonist character arc as they recover from amnesia?
Oh my fucking god. Wait, was Melfina from Outlaw Star and Amnesiac?
Yes.
I'm gonna go with Melfina.
Nostalgia.
Yep, it is the sweetest of reasons to choose anything. The alternative was Reg from Made in Abyss, because he has a cool sweet laser.
Xeno, do you know the anime Clannad?
I know of it, I've never watched it because I hear it's horribly depressing.
Yeah, well, you can swap the girls in Clannad's proportions from the eye to another facial element. What would you make massive instead?
I know what you're talking about as well. I want to say the ears.
The ears?
Listen, Hydroxate, listen, right? Delicious in Dungeon awoke something in me, right?
A hunger for eyeballs?
No, a hunger for ears.
He wants the lobes.
No, but like seriously, like the animation style of Delicious in Dungeon is incredible for Studio Trigger, because it's nothing like any of their other stuff. They've kept it so true to like the source material, and all the characters' ears, like even Chillchuck's ears, are massive, and it's just like, damn, bet he could hear a lot with those ears. That's the important part of life.
Well, it looks like we're all still a little confused, none more so than this so-called Xenogelion, whose info I've just received, and Wait. I think I remember who I am. Yes, it's all sliding into place. I'm a software engineer. I love anime. I have way too many figures of scantily clad girls. I'm Xenogelion. I must be. This guy's... he's an imposter.
No, I'm Xenogelion.
No, I'm Xenogelion, and so is my wife.